Welcome to Chatsunami. In the age of technology, it's weird thinking back to a time where everyone didn't have a computer in their pockets. I remember the first time my family got a computer, and in turn, it fostered my love of gaming whenever I got the chance to use it. But in the early to mid-2000s, my parents purchased a computer that came with a whole bunch of free games, one of which being the critically acclaimed medieval Total War. It was unlike anything I had ever played before, commanding vast armies and conquering lands in the digital space, while learning how to master the real-time strategy genre. And while I went on to play its subsequent sequels and similar games, it allowed me to develop a keen interest in RTS games. To no one's surprise, RTS games are still thriving today, from XCOM 2 to the aforementioned Total War series. But one that caught my eye recently was an indie title known as Toy Tactics, developed by the talented Kraken Empire and published by Joystick Ventures. After reaching out to Joystick Ventures, they kindly gifted me a copy of the game to play, so as always, for transparency's sake, I just want to point that out. What initially caught my attention was when I was scrolling through YouTube and came across a video discussing an RTS game coming out that would allow players to draw their own formations on the battlefield and command legions of toy soldiers from different factions. Initially, I thought nothing of it, as I had seen a few games promise similar things yet never really deliver. But when I looked into it more, I realised this wasn't just a flash-in-the-pan idea, nor was it one that the developers would be cutting corners with. For once, it was the real deal, and it was something that I knew I had to both play and review. But what makes Toy Tactics so memorable? Does it live up to the hype that it sets out to? Without any further ado, let's find out. As the name suggests, you are tasked with commanding a legion of minifigs into battle, whose aesthetics and weaponry are drawn from a variety of cultures and influences. This includes Romans, feudal Japan, the undead, Arthurian knights, and even pirates. So to say you're spoiled for choice is an understatement. If I could best describe how they look in battle, well, imagine if in Toy Story your Subbuteo set came to life and teamed up with a bunch of Warhammer figures. It's colourful, cartoony, and overall extremely endearing. While the game itself does have a plethora of single-player modes to choose from, such as campaign, puzzle, mercenary, and even sandbox, you can also head online to work either together or against other players, making it that much more replayable. Coupled with collectible artifacts to find throughout the battles to power up your troops, it's astounding how much you can get out of one level. But the magnum opus and key draw, all puns intended, is the drawing formation mechanic, where you can draw out how you would like to arrange your troops. This can range from historical ones to the less than orthodox. All I'm saying is, if you're beaten by my troops in the formation of a red panda, then that's 100% on you. Jokes aside, this adds to the versatility of how one can approach battles. No two battles will be the same, as your drawings can either be comical caricatures or triumphant tactics. Another thing that the game boasts about is its physics-based combat. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing your soldiers slam into each other only to go flying, or worse, tumble down a steep incline if they aren't exactly in the right formation. It's a bit of trial and error to overcome in some maps, but overall adds to the fun of the game. The chaos of this is further bolstered when you get access to the wide arsenal of spells for each faction, which will serve to help or hinder the tide of battle. The only things I can say that detracted from my playthrough of the game was some minor bugs here and there. One of the main ones I encountered was losing all my spells when I restarted a battle, but fortunately all it took was re-equipping them in the menu. Even still, I don't recall it always happening, and at the end of the day, it wasn't a game-breaking bug. In addition, if you're a veteran to the RTS genre, then you may feel a little discouraged at the lack of depth that the game provides. While I wouldn't say it's entirely basic, some of the mechanics may not be as complex as other contemporaries of the genre. While the physics are great, it can sometimes cause more issues when your archers keep tumbling off the sides of the tower. Nothing strikes fear into the hearts of your enemies like the Rapunzel maneuver. Overall though, is Toy Tactics worth the time? Absolutely. As I said, it may not be as in-depth as other RTS games, but that doesn't detract from the things that truly make makes this game shine, from the vibrant and creative art style to the replayability of battles using your own tactician's brush. The game never shies from its light-hearted identity. This almost feels like the perfect game to get people into the world of RTS games, and what it sets out to do is fantastic. So if you're curious about getting into these types of games, then definitely go check out Toy Tactics. You won't be disappointed. But what did you think? Was Toy Tactics victorious in impressing you, or is it back to the drawing field? Whatever you think, reach out to us and let us know, as we would love to hear from you. If you would like to hear more of our episodes, then you can check us out on our website, Chatsunami.com, as well as all good podcast apps. I also want to thank our Pandalorian patrons, Robotic Battle Toaster, Sonia, and Ghostie. Thank you so much for the support, it means the world to us. For more behind the scenes and exclusive content, you can head over to patreon.com/Chatsunami. But until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, and most importantly, stay hydrated.